Hello and welcome to another video. So we solved or pwned two boxes already in the starting point section, meow and fawn. So now we're going to work on dancing. I forgot to mention the first three machines are the free tier and the last two are VIP. I'm going to do all the free tier rooms first and then double back and do the VIP rooms. Okay, let's get started. So I am going to spawn the machine so we can get our IP address, and we have a new tag. We're going to be working in Windows. Ooh, okay. This is going to be fun. And we're waiting for the instance to be created. Putting my phone on silent. Let me refresh, because I think the instance has been created and we will have an IP address. Okay, no, we're still waiting. Maybe I refreshed too soon. Okay, so we have our IP address of 10.129.93.162. So what does the three-letter acronym SMB stand for? So I'm going to say simple message block. No. Okay, so let's go to Google. SMB stands for server message block. Okay, so I was close. Server message block. Okay, so this is so provide built-in support. Linux and Mac OS provides built-in support for SMB. Unix-based systems can use Samba to facilitate SMB access to find and print services. A client and server can implement different SMB dialects. Okay, so it's a protocol. Now, what port does SMB use to operate? So again, we have our IP. So we're looking for a service. We're going to use Nmap. So let's open a new tab in our terminal, and we're going to say Nmap SV. We're going to paste our IP and -VV for verbose. Okay, and we have three ports: 135, 445, 445, 445, and 139. Need to get a little bit of water. My throat was getting scratchy. Excuse me. Okay. So 135 is MSRPC. 139 is NetBIOS. 445 is Microsoft DS. So let's try 139 first and see if that's it. 39. Okay. It didn't like that. So going back, let's try port 445. Okay. So it used port 445. What network communication model does SMB use, architecturally speaking? Going back, a client and server. So it's similar. It has, architecturally speaking, it uses the same thing as FTP, file transfer protocol, which is a client server model. Okay. What is the service name for port 445 that came up in our Nmap scan? So our service is Microsoft DS. And here we have the question mark because Nmap is saying, I think it's Microsoft DS, but I'm not 100% sure. So we're going to say Microsoft DX. And what is the tool we use to connect to SMB shares from our Linux distribution? So SMB client. Okay, so let's do a Google search. SMB client is a client that can talk to an SMB CIFS server. It offers an interface similar to that of the FTP program. So FTP, File Transfer Protocol program. Now, what is the flag or switch we can use with the SMB tool to list the contents of the share? So if we go here, so we're going to go to the man. So I'm going to do a search for list. So dash uppercase L. Dash uppercase L. And we saw that here. And again, it's case sensitive. What is the name of the share we were able to access in the end? So we're going to go back to our terminal. I like to open new tabs so I can have all of my information saved. So I'm going to say SMB client. And SMB is a little strange. So what I'm going to say is dash L. And I'm going to use 4 of the backslashes. And then I'm going to enter or paste RIP. No, it didn't. Let me do that again. Okay, so the IP was copied. So let me do that. And I'm going to enter my password, which is password. So with SMB, these 3 are the admin, the C, and the IPC are common shares for SMB client. So 2 disk and the IPC. And we can tell it's standard because it has the $sign at the end. The share that was created from a system administrator or whoever is this work shares. So we're going to copy that. And we're going to paste that in. Okay. What is the command we can use within the SMB shell to download the files? So if I say SMB client help. Okay, so let's see. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to say work shares. Okay, so now I told SMB, I said, hey, go to this server and go to this disk, work shares. I put in my password and now I'm here. So if I type help, we're looking for a command that we can use to download the file. So we see git. Remember, when we use FTP, we use git to download the flag. So let's see if we enter git here. Okay, that was correct. Now we need to get the root flag. So we also see an ls, so that can list. Okay, we see a directory. So let's go to Amy J, and we're going to list. There's work notes. Okay, I don't think Amy J is it, so we're going to go to James P. We're going to list. He has the flag. So get flag txt, and we're going to exit. So if we ls again, and if I cat flag.txt, it's going to overwrite the one we have for the FTP. Challenge, and we're going to submit the flag, and we solved it. Yay, we solved it. Okay, so just to recap, we figured out what SMB is. I said simple is server message block, which is used with Windows to access disks. So with that, we ran an AMAP scan. We had 3 ports open: 135, 139, and 445. I tried 139 for the net BIOS. That wasn't correct. So then I tried 445, which was correct. Then we needed to see, okay, what service was running. The Microsoft DS. The question mark is here because Nmap is like, I'm not 100% definitive, but I'm pretty sure this is the service. From there, we needed to figure out what the common SMB tool was. That was SMB client. And we went to Google, and we wanted to see what can be used to list. I did a find. I did the dash uppercase L. From there, we listed all of the shares on our IP. The first 3 are come with SMB, and you could tell because it has the $sign. So the one we wanted was work shares. From there, we needed to see what we can use, what command we could use to download. We logged into the work shares disk using SMB client. I entered my password, and we were officially in because the prompt changed to SMB. I typed in help because I wanted to find the command. I found the command get, which is what we also use for the FTP challenge, the file transfer protocol challenge. From there, we also saw ls for listing. So I listed the directories, listed the files and directories in our current directory, and we could tell they're directories because they're D here. We had an Amy and a James. I went to Amy first. There was a worknotes.txt that really isn't helping us because we're looking for the flag. Next, I went to James. He had the flag. So then I used the get command, flag txt, exited, and then did a ls on my machine. Notice the flag.txt, and opened it. Now it overwrote the flag from the FTP challenge, and that's because again it was named the same, and so pasted that in and we solved the challenge. So I hope that you learned quite a bit about SMB. Again, these starting point challenges are quick, to the point challenges, which are really good, especially if you're new or if you're trying to brush up on information. As I said, the first 3 are free machines, and then the last 2 for each section are VIP. I'm going to solve the free machines first and then go back and do the VIP. So our next section, we're going to be in tier 1 because that should be unlocked for us now, because we solved the 3 in the tier 0. Yep. So now we can go to tier 1. You need to walk before you run. Okay. So, all right. So now we're in tier 1, and we have these 3: appointment, sequel, and crocodile. And we will work on those in another video. Thank you again for attending. Have a good day. Bye.